ladies and gentlemen, for our second segment tonight on the show, We See You. This is where we actually bring on a Black business owner. And tonight we have Omololu Majekodunmi. He created the Triumph Therapeutics Pediatric Center, where he is the CEO and founder. The company was he designed the company to provide high level care to residents of the District of Columbia. The company's comprehensive training allows him to provide a multifaceted approach to treating pain and functional deficits arising from muscular lectical. I hate when I have to say that word. Musculoskeletal. That's right, neurological and spinal conditions. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our stage tonight, Omololu Majekodunmi. Hey, Omololu.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me.
How you doing?
I'm excellent. I'm excellent. How are you guys?
We are fine. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I call him the big kid, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Y'all saw that picture. Norman, can you put that picture back of him in one of his offices on that swing? Okay. Because I think I might have to go and visit him. You see this right here, ladies and gentlemen? Okay. If I can go get a therapy session with Omololu, I think I might do it. But thank you for being here tonight, man.
It is my pleasure. And that's the point of our clinic, is to make it fun and inviting so that kids don't want to leave and they want to
Well,
come back.
I will be there. So again, congratulations. Can you share with us, Omololu, what is Triumph Therapeutics and the services your company provide?
Of course. So Triumph is a multidisciplinary clinic that provides physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy to children from birth to 18 years of age. We specialize with kids because therapists can do so many things with all ages, and sometimes you just have to have a niche that you work with. And but especially when these times in the pandemic, so many children are stuck in the house. They're not socializing with their friends. They're not going to the playground. They're not doing gross motor activities that they would do. They're not climbing on swings and going down slides, and they are really affected by it. And there are lots of needs that just doesn't get better over time. So you need a skilled clinician to come in and just get them on the right track.
Can't you just kick him out the house?
Okay.
That's what our parents did. Get out the house. Don't come back until the lights come
Don't
on.
do that. Child Protective
Don't
Services
do
will be
that.
at your door. Don't you do that.
Right,
Don't
right,
do it.
right.
Don't do it.
So, Omololu, what was the driving force behind you wanting to start Triumph?
So I think the biggest thing to start Triumph Therapeutics was visibility. It's rare to be a Black male occupational therapist, and especially it's rare to be a Black male occupational therapist working with children. And I've worked in so many settings, and the recurring theme to some of these young kids, especially African American kids, were, you look like me, and I just got excellent results from working with these kids. And I thought, they need to see that someone that looks like them cares about them and wants to help them improve in the littlest of things. So that's the driving force to opening Triumph.
And representation does matter.
Yeah.
Oh, for
We
sure.
talk about like ending the sort of like stigma against getting therapy, whether it be emotional therapy or physical therapy, and you doing what you do is helping end that stigma with physical therapy. Now, you
Exactly.
started the company during a pandemic. What was some of the challenges that went along with that?
Well, Triumph has been in existence since 2016, and
Okay.
I opened the therapy clinic in September 2020, at the height of the pandemic. And the
Okay.
biggest challenge was the silence. Opening a new business went during a shutdown. No one is leaving their house. No one knows you're there. You can't market to doctors' offices because every office is closed. The schools aren't picking up their phone. um, no one is out. So, that was the biggest challenge, is just having faith and planting the seeds, hitting the pavement, leaving messages, dropping off donuts and coffee at the lobby, and then waving through the glass window and having to leave. Um, for a while there, it was pretty touch and go, but with faith and planting the seeds, everything just came together.
Well,
Nice. Right on.
Keith Jackson, he said that it's interesting. Looks like the pandemic is causing orthopedic issues for all ages.
Yeah.
So are you seeing more kids now? I mean, I get, yeah. Are you seeing that the impact of the pandemic has increased what you've had to do in taking care of your patients?
I mean, that's such a broad question, and because there's so many different kinds of things, I'll just say, I'll say three things that are specifically children related. We see a lot of babies with something called torticollis, which is a twisting of the head and neck that causes a tilt, and so they need to be positioned and stretched in a way that is safe, and so they can kind of grow out of that and be able to develop, their gross motor function normally. So that's with the babies. That's when we see kids as early as 9 days old sometimes for that condition. Something else is something called sensory processing disorder, where children have an inability to process senses in the world, and it causes behavior issues. For example, we have kids who don't tolerate wearing socks. They don't tolerate tight clothing, and so you'll see, let's say you see a 6-year-old in the snow wearing flip-flops and a t-shirt, because if he tries to put on a jacket or boots, he just has a complete meltdown. And parents are like, what am I supposed to do? That's when an occupational therapist comes in and does a sensory assessment, and we do exercises and activities that kind of desensitize or resensitize the child to different different senses. And then the third thing is speech development, not being in preschool, not being in a classroom setting and talking. So many children have delayed speech because they're not they're not around their peers. That's the best way to learn. A kid's
Right.
occupation, the kid's job is to play. And when you're in a lockdown, in a pandemic, you're not playing, you're not learning, you're not developing. And so what happens when we go back to school and you can't even say good morning, or you can't say my name is, because you just never had to. So for children, that's what we're seeing. I would say for adults and just all general orthopedics, movement is the best medicine. And being stuck in the house and not going to the gym, people are afraid to go to the gym. People don't want to wear their mask. People are depressed, and we sit, and our spine gets curved. We're watching TV. We go from the bed to the couch to sitting to our computer, working from home, and we're not moving. So it just makes sense that things are that everyone's getting affected by this. This is truly a pandemic.
Yeah. I want to answer Carol Savido. I think I said that right, Carol, and if I've mispronounced it, my apologies. Carol asked, "What are some gross motor signs I should look for that may indicate my 2-year-old son may need OT services?"
Okay, so let's say he is falling down a lot, and just you're just walking with him and he's just constantly tripping for no reason, or your 2-year-old is extremely afraid of going up and down the steps. Are they holding the banister and climbing up the steps, and are they excited to do it? There's something called gravitational insecurity, where they're afraid to fall, and so when you're going down the steps, the 2-year-old will cling to your legs for dear life because they're so afraid. And
Mhm.
that's a sign that there might be something wrong. Usually OTs, we deal with fine motor issues, more like grasping, being able to use a pincer grasp, these two fingers, to pick little Cheerios or fruit. If your child isn't doing that, if they're not picking at little things like that, it's really going to affect them later in life, because how will they hold a pencil, and how will they manage a zipper or a button? So the earlier you can intervene, the better.
So, okay, I'm seeing some of these questions come in, which are very, very good, and I I want to go ahead and ask this question. Well, let me just say for Lisa Swan, she wants to know what type of therapy does Triumph provide. Can I send her to your website? Would that be
Of course, that would be great.
please? So we will put the website up before we leave. Alyssa, how about that? Is that okay? Let us know if that's okay. So, Omololu, before we let you go, we want to know what are some of the biggest obstacles I'm sorry. Yeah, what are some of the biggest obstacles that you had to face in the first year of practice? in this practice?
Goodness, the list goes on. The list goes. I feel like it's
Give
a
us your
ever
top three.
growing list. I would say uh, being known in the marketing, just having brand awareness. When you're a new practice located in Upper Northwest with practices around it that have been established for 10, 15, 20 years, and you're the new guy on the block. And why would people want to come to you? So the biggest thing for that is to have a very strong and unique social media marketing approach, having videos, having reels, having people experience what it's like to come to Triumph Therapeutics. We're truly a family-oriented practice, and from the minute you come in to the minute you leave, it's a therapeutic experience. Our front desk person is engaging with the kids. They're asking questions. When they finish therapy in the back, they're asking them how did you do. They're giving them prizes. Another challenge would be personnel. It's a employees market. People can go anywhere. So what can you as a business bring to someone looking for a position? At this point with the pandemic, it's not just about a salary. Do people feel like they are having a meaningful experience with these children? I'm just going to leave it at those two things, but if we had more time I can keep going.
Thank you. Well, we plan to bring you
Well,
back because I have a feeling our audience wants to see you again. But go ahead,
I
Vash.
would love to be
yeah,
back.
I mean, before we let you go, what's been the most rewarding thing about owning and operating Triumph Therapeutics?
I love it when I get to discharge a kid, when and sometimes it happens over 6 months, and sometimes you see a change in the kid in one session. And usually, let's say a 2-year-old comes in and they're just so afraid. They have no social skills. They don't know how to meet new people. But after that first session, and they play with the therapist, and they develop that rapport, and they're literally crying with their mom to say, I don't want to leave, I want to stay here. And with the longer clients, we have a little graduation ceremony, and it's kind of fun because I get to give them degrees, like an advanced degree in handwriting or manuscript with a concentration in social interaction, and we take pictures with them, and they just love it, and that's the biggest thing. I'd say another thing is when a client when someone calls and say, hey, my neighbor down the street said she had a great experience with Triumph, and I want to bring my kid here for X, Y, and Z. That's the biggest that's the best reward for me, because to know that we are helping as many people as we can, one kid at a time.